In tonight's Fox 17 Waste Watch report, when you think of lobbying, you probably envision a private company hiring lobbyists.
But there's something known as intergovernmental lobbying, where city governments actually hire lobbyists to sway votes in state and federal governments. It's going on right here in Tennessee, and you are paying for it. Every year, nearly 250 lobbyists are paid to influence policy on Tennessee's Capitol Hill. Joycelyn Blackman had no idea she's paying for some of them.
Seems like a waste.
Luke Newman, too, thought lobbyists just worked for big business.
Different corporations and companies.
But taxpayer-funded lobbying, also known as intergovernmental lobbying, is gaining ground in Tennessee. Right now, the cities of Franklin and Brentwood just voted to jointly hire a lobbyist with taxpayer money and split the annual cost of $35,000. That's almost as much as what the average Tennessean makes in an entire year, a little more than $42,000. Their new lobbyist is Deborah Maggart, former state representative and Republican caucus chair.
They'll help us get our voice heard.
Eric Stuckey, Franklin city administrator, says without someone on the Hill during the legislative session, his city misses too many potential bills.
It's a relatively small amount, but we think will help us make sure we're heard more effectively. And you look at the potential cost of one issue on impacting the community many, many times over what we might spend in a year or two or three in getting these kind of services.
But some say this area is already well represented by those elected to do so.
With our representatives that we have there already, why would you need to go outside to get somebody to get your point across?
Our legislatures are a great resource and they do a tremendous job, but they have a job to do. And it's not always that advocacy only for our city's needs, and they are one of a larger body.
According to Americans for Prosperity, taxpayers fund lobbying nationally to the tune of $1 trillion a year. Why, from your perception, is this a waste of money?
It's a waste of money because in the end there's no good thing that comes out of it.
Missouri policy analyst David Stokes studies taxpayer-funded lobbying and writes publications on the topic.
It's really a lose-lose situation for taxpayers. Because if it's successful, then government grows and government programs increase and taxes increase. And if it fails, well, it's just been a total waste of money. So really, in the end, there's no good way to come out of it.
Well, Stokes points out when state governments listen to taxpayer-funded lobbyists expressing the will of the city government, well, they only hear the will of government and not the will of people.